We're here today for the Choice Not Chance 2017 conference to really address many of the issues that impact young African American males, from the importance of education, mentoring, navigating peer pressure, broken families.
So there's a disproportionate amount of African American males in prison and dropping out of high school. Also, as we know, there are a disproportionate amount of African Americans who are living in poverty. And these are very complex issues that can't be solved with just one answer. But what the documentary does is tries to find out why some of these African American males make the decisions they make that lead them on these paths.
During the day, we're going to be showing our film, and it's called Choice Not Chance. And what the film is about the choices that young African American men are making and the reasons surrounding those choices.
And a common theme that continued to resurface time and time again was the lack of male mentorship, a positive male role model. As cliche as that may sound, we found that a common correlation between the men who were on the, for lack of a better term, say negative paths, were that they did not have a positive male role model in their lives to show them what decisions they should be making, or give them a positive alternative.
Mr. Daniels, I mean, he's a really chill guy, you know. If you do the right things, he'll do the right things for you.
I have been mentoring for about 25 years in this One Helping Hands program. And what we do is we target the boys who just need an additional push.
And so the Choice Not Chance documentary is formulated around a forum of 9 young men from different socioeconomic backgrounds, and they're telling their stories. They're telling us why they made the choices that they made, good and bad, so that these young men who are going to be here today can learn from them. Their stories are the stories of the young men who will be sitting in this auditorium today.
Because given any situation, we're going to make the best decision that we think we're making. To other people, it may seem like a foolish decision, but if that's the best decision the person thinks they can make, it's not a poor decision in their world. So what a mentor can do is go to that person that's making that decision and say, look, here are the alternatives. Here are the other things that you can do. So for that reason, mentorship is very valuable.
He likes for people to follow the rules and, you know, have a good work ethic.
We support them in the classroom. I'm in connection with all the teachers. And so if there's a problem in the classroom, the teacher will normally contact me, and then I'll talk with the kid. And they normally try to come through me. If there's a problem with SAFWAN, there's never a problem. But if there's a problem with the kid, they'll normally try to come through me before going through the administration, because I have that relationship with them, so I'm able to deal with it.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I say Mr. Daniels, absolutely, he's like, okay, and it's not in a bad way, it's always in a good thing, in a good way. He would, if I say, Mr. Daniels said, you know, so the impact is great as far as SAFWAN is concerned, because he looks up to Mr. Daniels and the other mentors.
I hope as a result of watching this, more men go out into their communities and mentor and help to show younger men that they don't have to make the decisions that they're making. They are alternatives, because oftentimes we're told they're alternatives, but we aren't told specifically what those alternatives are. Or we're told what those alternatives are, but we aren't told specifically how to take advantage of those opportunities, right? So it's a complete process of taking someone from point A to point B, telling them about point B, and guiding them through that process.
Very smart, very intelligent young man. I had the privilege to sit in on his English language arts class with him, and he is very creative young man.
I just feel like, you know, if I'm in a sticky situation, he's going to have my back.
The simple act of being visible to that person. For example, we're more likely, when I say we, I mean we as people, are more likely to pursue a goal if we see someone who looks like us and lived a similar lifestyle as us achieve that same goal. Whether you're male or female or whatever your racial background is. So when you see someone who looks like you, talks like you, and live the life that you lived, achieve a goal, that goal becomes that much more realistic in your mind, and you're more likely to stay on that path toward achieving that goal.
We don't want to leave their lives up to chance. We want them to make the right choices, and we all have to make the right choices for them so that they can make right choices. So today is about making a better choice.
Sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm not going to be a good mentor. What can I teach? What can I tell this person? But the simple act that you exist and allowing them to see you will increase the likelihood of that person achieving that goal.
I do this because I wish somebody had done this for me when I was growing up. If I'd had a mentor that I could tag along with, could teach me things, I would have loved it. But that's why I do it.
And so that's our goal for our young men, our parents, all of us surrounding these young men to make better choices.